Lots to get into with Aaron Plessinger. What's up, AP? How are you, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Trying to recover from the heat this weekend, man. How about you guys?
The first question. Well, we were at Loretta's qualifier, so neither one of us were there. So
lucky.
We were at Paula. We stayed at Paula. We didn't even leave the track. So.
He's like, well, you're fucked anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I guess not so lucky.
Hey, that jersey for the second moto, is that ripped? Is that scissor cut? What are we doing? How are we getting it looking like that right away? What are we doing?
Dude, I told him to cut the sleeves off, dude. I was so hot. Hot. I said, does anybody have scissors? And somebody around there did. And I said, can you please cut the sleeves off this thing?
I love it. That will be your new signature, dude. You've got the cowboy hat, and now we are doing that. We got the jeans bicycle outfit, and now we got that.
yeah, dude. I'm trying to make a fashion statement, brother.
Dude, if I'm a fan, I want that jersey that he cut. That's
100%.
Yeah,
100%. No, it's imagine AP's a merch line. You got sleeveless jerseys, cowboy hats,
hell yeah,
and bicycle kits with jeans.
Hell yeah,
that look like jeans. Yeah.
I could see even going to the women's side, like cutting it half top with a jersey with no sleeves, half top.
Oh, dude, the crop top, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, how do you feel, by the way, speaking of that, recovering? Like, are you good? Or are you going to need another day? Or, like, did Alden have you guys out there today? Like, was there any grace period?
No, I'm decent. Like, the only thing is, like, frick, my calves are sore. Like, that's probably the most sore thing on me. But other than that, I'm pretty good.
Okay.
I was pretty hydrated going in, so I didn't really have that much of a struggle, like, other than just being so dang hot, man. At the end of those motos, I was freaking, my feet were on fire. But no, I'm good. We're actually riding tomorrow, so I'll keep you updated.
I got a feel for you, man. Last year, of course, last lap with Sexton. This year, a lap and a half. I mean, look, you're on the box. You're doing great, but fuck, man. God damn, AP, right? It's got to piss you off. Yeah.
Dude, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Last year, I didn't feel like I was going as fast as I was this year.
Okay.
Because, I had Hunter right behind me last year, but this year I had Jet and I had Eli. Mm-hmm. So, like, I don't know. I'm just proud of myself for sticking it out that long. And then, like, I think I would have been fine if I didn't go to freaking sprint, like, try to sprint away from him. Mm-hmm. Eli got within, like, a second of me, and I don't know what made me think, like, we only had 2 laps left.
Yeah.
But
that was one of my questions, right? What?
Yeah, I have no idea. Like, I'm still so confused at what made me think that. But there was this one dude that commented on my Instagram picture, mm-hmm. and he was like, "Yo, dude, I was watching the race back, and I think I know why." He was like, when you passed the finish line right before you got the 2-lap cord, uh-huh. the guy was waving the blue flag like crazy.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, I mean, that could have been it. Mm-hmm. Maybe.
Yeah.
But I have no idea.
Right.
But either way, like, I was just pumped to hold that lead against him for freaking 30 minutes.
Yeah, and you stretch it out a bit on him too, like you said. Like, he caught you, and then you pulled back out. Like, that's not something people do to ET3.
Yeah. So I was stoked on that. And
mm-hmm.
then, to the second moto, I knew I was going to be smoked, but to hang in there and come up and get third, and then for that to be like second overall on the day, I'm pumped.
Yep.
To go, 4-2 for second in the points after the second round
mm-hmm.
is a lot better than we were looking in Supercross. I can tell you that.
Yeah, absolutely. No, you're right. It's been a nice start for you. Why? You told me you don't really like Paula, but Paula's a good track for you because you did 8 million laps there when you were at Star. And then we've now seen you at Hangtown too. Obviously, you're an East Coast guy, all of that, but something about these we know why Paula, but something about Hangtown too. Something.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like the West Coast tracks for me are pretty dang good, and even Washougal, you know, it's a harder pack track when it's hot up there.
Yeah.
So I have no idea why
Yep.
I don't like saying this, but why I'm so good at those places. But I mean, hey, it works. And then, dude, my bike's working so good right now. Like, man, I feel unreal. And the fact that I can push through these motos and, you know, go at least, you know, 30 minutes. I got to work on the +2, but you know, to go that long in these motos and be able to push like that, it's like a breath of fresh air. You know, I think my base fitness is you know, where it needs to be right now. And I'm coming into the season without an injury. So I'm super stoked.
Yeah, Chris, you have a question at AP about his bike. You want to talk to him about
Well,
his bike?
you know how you guys had that hip jump, you went up the hill, you have that hard pack hip jump, then you guys just went straight down the hill. And just watching your bike when it's loaded, and I went back and watched Chase's bike last year, and of course I know you guys have different settings and things, but just it looks like it's way more planted. It sticks to the ground, and even when there's not a lot of traction, like when you're cutting down off of these blown out ruts, it looks like your tires are stuck to the ground way better, dude.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I was like really vocal on when I was testing. Like I didn't have to test that much. You know, we didn't make that many changes from last year to this year, but that was one of the things I really vocalized when I was testing was like, hey, I want this thing to follow the ground
right
more, you know, if it wasn't. And, you know, they tried a few things, some things didn't work. And then I think we made a change in California. And dude, like after that change, it's been unbelievable.
He sounds like me when I see a hot chick.
Yeah, like when I say I'm drooling at the way my bike works right now, it's crazy.
When you say they changed something, is it more chassis related or suspension related?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'll get in trouble for this, but we changed engine hangers.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
From like, I don't know. I don't know what the spec sheets are, but like they're a little bit more solid, I guess.
Okay.
Not all the way solid, but a little bit more solid, I guess.
Right. Yeah, those things make a difference for sure.
Yeah.
You know,
it's crazy, but yeah, it's working unreal right now.
I've told this story before. When I was at Yamaha, we had some engine hangers that were, dude, 2 millimeters or 3 millimeters thinner, and we didn't tell the riders. And we had one test bike, and literally DV, Chad, and Ferry were like, "Nope, don't like it." That I don't know what you guys did, but don't like it. All of them, and they described it exactly. And the only thing different was engine hangers.
Yeah, and material too, steel, aluminum, all that matters. Right?
Oh yeah, it's a big deal for sure.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how little of a change you can make, and we will feel it like everywhere.
Yeah.
Look at AP, the test rider.
Yeah. The guy who says he's the worst test rider
Look
in the
at AP,
sport.
the test rider. I love it.
Hey, dude, it only took 10 years.
Hey, you're growing up.
I'm all grown up.
Finally, man.
One of the Yamaha guys told me when you first went to 450s, they were like, dude, I've never worked with somebody who doesn't know what their bike is doing worse than AP. Like, you're obviously better than that, but this guy was like, holy shit, man, he don't know what's going on.
I pretty much, when I was there, I was just like, yeah, throw it on. I'll try it and see, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll try it out.
Why did you go to Twin Walls?
Hold on, that's what I want to ask him.
Oh, sorry.
Dude,
He didn't go to Twin Walls.
Hold on. What do you mean didn't go to Twin
He
Walls?
didn't go to Twin Walls.
What did he do?
It's already out in the media, AP, so we can talk about it.
Yeah. I mean,
He likes the crossbar,
Okay, I understand that.
Yeah.
but the bar is still a fat bar absorption.
Oh, so we're like floating up
We're
there.
floating.
Okay,
we're floating up
We're
there.
floating bar. Okay.
Right, AP? I mean,
Yeah,
it's out there in the
well,
media,
like-
so I think you can talk about it. But yeah,
I love the look.
Okay.
Like,
So you're just going straight. You're going straight vet rider on us right now, right?
Yeah, dude. That's me. You don't know how many people have asked me, like, dude, what's the, like, wouldn't it be like the opposite? You would go for more rigid in Supercross
Yeah.
and like more comfort for outdoors. And I'm like, dude, I don't know. I like the crossbar. I like when I have a crossbar right there. It makes my bike look so much more connected. I was, I've been jealous I've been jealous of Jeffrey these past like 4 years because he's gotten to run it and I haven't.
Mm-hmm.
And now I finally get it and I'm stoked.
So the bend's the same.
Stoked.
You just got a crossbar.
It's a fat bar with
the crossbar.
With the crossbar, but the crossbar doesn't do anything.
It floats up there.
It floats up there.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Okay.
So it's not connected and
like
it's not locked
Honda
in.
used to do it, and then I think there's something cooler that KTM.
Because I know they used to hollow the thing out, but it still was bolted on the side.
No, it's not even. It's got like a ball bearing in there, a floating ball bearing or something, right, AP?
Dude, this is news to me, but I don't even know. Like, I don't, like, what I told you earlier, I don't know the spec sheets.
Right.
I just freaking love the look.
What did you get a hair up your ass one day and just told the mechanic, like, hey, I want to try it?
Yeah, he said for 4 years he's been looking at Hurling's bikes.
But what changed? Like, have you ever been bugging for people for 4 years and all of a sudden you got it? Like, were you just like, hey, man, I need this?
No, it was more so like, I think it was, I guess there was a problem, like the twin walls have broken before, and that was like, I guess a fear.
Mm-hmm.
And then I told Carlos one day, I was like, hey, what are the chances I can run twin wall?
Yeah.
And we made some calls, and then I didn't really get a solid answer. And then the next day, I showed up to the track. My bike had twin walls on it.
Hell yeah.
And I didn't ask any questions. I didn't call nobody. I didn't say nothing. I just rode the bike, and
now, does it have to be orange crossbar pad, or can we change that around, or do we have to be orange, or like, do you care what the color of the pad?
I think we have to be orange.
Okay.
I think it's the orange and black. I'm pretty sure we
All
have to run.
Okay.
I love it.
Well, speaking of that, Renthal bringing you Aaron Plessinger, making him happy with the crossbar.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Renthal.com, Factory Honda, KTM, all of that. Please check them out if you can. Mountain bike parts are now available in power sports dealers nationwide. It's awesome that seen you do that, and I love the fact that you're just admitting that you don't even care about the feel. You just like the way it looks. That's great.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey, scoop tire talk. I'm over it, dude.
Oh boy.
I'm over it. The Lawrences didn't run it in the first moto. You didn't run it in the first moto at Paula, and I asked you why, and you said, I don't know, man. And like this whole scoop thing, and then like Cowie went to the line on Prado with a regular tire, then changed it after the parade lap. And I don't know why, if you have serious ambitions of winning motos or doing the best you can, why you wouldn't run a scoop every single time, AP. But is this talked about too much or not talked about enough?
I think the scoop itself is talked about enough. Okay. But I don't think the ability of the scoop tire is talked about enough, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think, dude, the thing works unreal anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like after that first moto, like you said, I put it on at Paula.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, I came up to my mechanic and I was like, hey, man, we're going to run this tire until we cannot anymore. And we literally threw it on. I rode with it, I'm pretty sure at Paula on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
And then I rode with it at a concrete track on Wednesday before Hangtown.
Okay.
It worked unbelievably. Like, literally the only thing I had a problem with was this flat corner, and it had a bunch of, like, gravel rocks on it. But even there, it worked decent. But, dude, the thing is unreal. Yeah. Like, it feels like a regular tire on hard pack, and it gets you up to top speed real quick when it's soft.
Yeah. Look, Tomac ran it at Dallas SMX, man. Guys run it at Washougal. They get by with it. Like it's
a wide window now.
Yeah.
It's not like it used to be. Like it's a very wide window.
AP said it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, it's awesome. I'm gonna run it. I'm gonna run it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, until I can't.
Right.
Like, I mean, I'll probably run it first. I'll definitely run it in practice at Washougal.
Yep.
And it's going to be a toss-up if I run it in the motos.
Sure.
But it's definitely going to be in the conversation.
JT is just running around with scoop updates nonstop on the TV broadcast, and it's all over the place. So
we talked about this last year, same thing too.
I know.
Yeah,
I know we did.